can see by the title, this is just going to be a whisper ramble life update. I don't really know what I'm going to call this yet actually, but pretty much just a whisper ramble about different things. I'm actually really hot right now, but I had to put a cardigan over my top because I didn't want to get like demonetized or whatever, because this is a strapless top, and when I like lean down it looks like I don't have a top on even though I do. But anyway, that's not the point. So what to talk about. So I'm filming this on the early morning, nighttime of December 2nd. So it's like 3:15 a.m. right now. I have been trying to make this video for probably the past like 2 hours, and I have not had the opportunity to finish it because there's just been constant interruptions, not even necessarily noise-wise, but like even now I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that I will be able to get through this video because my stomach hurts so freaking bad. And yeah, so Thanksgiving has passed. We are now officially in the Christmas season. Me and my family always decorate for Christmas early and everything, but I'm just saying now it is officially the Christmas season now that it is December. So, yeah, it's crazy how fast 1 month goes by, because when you think of 30 days, like it does seem like a long time, but it's really not. Like a month goes by like that. Sorry guys, my stomach. This might be TMI for some people, but I got like stomach cramps, like I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom, but it's not there yet, so I just keep getting like waves of cramping, but yeah, I might have to take this off at least a little bit. So what can I talk about first? I've been rewatching Grey's Anatomy lately. I have not rewatched Grey's Anatomy in probably over 2 years. I'm not someone that will typically like rewatch a show over and over again, like back to back. I usually do need years in between rewatching a show to like get into it again, because it burns it out. You know what? I'm just gonna have to take this off, guys. I am so hot right now. I wanted to be able to turn the fan off so like that background noise wouldn't be an issue, but I'm just way too hot. I am very hot-natured due to MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome. It's just I am always overheated. So if you see me wearing a tank top and a pair of shorts in December, mind your business. So this was just something that I've been thinking about these past few days, but y'all know how like Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You is like arguably the most successful and relevant Christmas song of all time, right? Because we're not talking about like the classics like White Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all of that, but I'm just saying like when it comes to not necessarily modern Christmas songs or like newer Christmas songs, but like more pop Christmas songs, if you will, I guess. And even just, dare I say in general, I do feel like All I Want for Christmas Is You is just there's a level of popularity to that song that Christmas songs don't have. And for the longest time growing up, all I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you. All I want for Christmas is you was my all-time favorite song, Christmas song. The lyrics, just the fact that Mariah Carey wrote those lyrics herself, it's like, I feel like, in my opinion, writing Christmas songs can be even more difficult than writing regular songs, because you really have to be creative in the way that you are using metaphors and examples of like Christmassy things, if that even makes sense. And it can be really hard to not like just do the same thing that's already been done before. It's hard to be original, you know. And it's just, I absolutely love that song still, but it's just so overplayed in my opinion. Rather it's on the radio or just in general, it's such an overplayed Christmas song. And because we're not hearing more than one version of it, that's why like it's easier to get burnt out on it, in my opinion. Because like, for instance, you can't just go around saying, oh, like White Christmas is overplayed, or Last Christmas is overplayed, or Sleigh Bells is overplayed, because there's thousands of different versions of those songs that exist and that are played. So you can definitely think that a specific version is overplayed, but there's no way for those songs in general to be overplayed, because there's so many different versions. Versus All I Want for Christmas Is You, like, yes, there's other existing versions, but there's never really been a cover of All I Want for Christmas Is You that genuinely got picked up and, you know, super commercialized. Like Mariah Carey, the original, that's what's popular, that's what's played. And I feel like it's one of those songs though that is really difficult to sing anyway, so I don't think it's a bad thing that like there's no other versions of it really. I do want to say the Justin Bieber and Mariah Carey collab that they did do that like newer version of All I Want for Christmas Is You back in 2011 was fire. Absolutely fire. Like their voices matched so well together. It was a little weird because you can tell that Justin Bieber had the hots for her, and he was like 17 at the time and she was in her 40s, and you know, he did have a girlfriend he was dating, Selena, so that was a little bit weird, but yeah, I loved that version. And like I said, I love All I Want for Christmas Is You genuinely. But here's the thing, I feel like the original All I Want for Christmas Is You is criminally underrated. It's the Vince Van so bad. My insomnia is out of control. Like, I am pretty much completely nocturnal at this point. Like, I don't even fall asleep until after the sun comes up. Mind you, it's fall. Like, it's not like the sun comes up unusually early or anything like it does in the spring. Because in the spring, at least where I am, it gets light outside at 4:30, which is insane. And I was like, oh, it's fall now. I don't have to worry about like it getting dark outside or it getting light outside super early. Yeah, I do. Like, that's how bad my schedule is. I have to see asleep. I have to see a sleep specialist. A couple days after Christmas, I think, is when my appointment is. Which I don't even really know what a sleep specialist is, to be honest. Like, obviously, I know they specialize in treating sleep disorders, but I feel like sleep medicine is a subspecialty as far as, like, to my knowledge. I think sleep medicine is a subspecialty. So, in other words, like, you can't just be a sleep specialist. Like, you can't just, go to med school, go through your residency and all that, and then become a sleep specialist. You have to be some other sort of specialist, and then you do additional training to specialize in sleep medicine as well. So, like, a neurologist that specializes in sleep medicine, a pulmonologist that specializes in sleep medicine, which, if I'm not mistaken, those are the only two types of doctors that can subspecialize in sleep medicine, because you can't have like a gastroenterologist specializing in sleep medicine. That just wouldn't make sense. The reason why it makes sense for it to be a neurologist or a pulmonologist is because, well, with a neurologist, obviously sleep has to do with your brain, and sometimes people do have insomnia issues due to, neurological related things. So, a neurologist is going to be, that's their area of expertise. And pulmonologists usually specialize in sleep medicine to treat like sleep apnea and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken, because sleep apnea is a breathing issue, although it doesn't affect your lungs directly. A lot of pulmonologists do treat sleep apnea because there are like respiratory effects of it even when you're not asleep. That's what people don't understand about sleep apnea too, is like, it's not like it just affects regular basis. But what was I saying? Yeah, because I had a hard time falling asleep. They wanted me to get a sleep study, and I had multiple sleep studies done in the same year. And they were getting me fitted for a CPAP and all of these different things, and it was just weird because I was not having any kind of breathing issues at the time. Like, I am having issues with breathing in my sleep and everything like that now. I mean, I have breathing issues in general. But that wasn't the case at the time, so I was getting fitted for CPAP masks at like 7 years old, and my mom and everybody in my family was just so confused because I did not need it, and my pediatrician was more understanding about it though. Like, he was the one who was on, like, not that this is about picking sides, but he really understood where we were coming from, because this might be TMI for some people, but wasn't, looking for closure in the sense of like I wanted her to respond a certain way or anything like that, but whatever way that she responded was going to be my closure, and I still feel that way. The way that she responded was my closure. I'm I'm appalled. Like, that girl is just something else. There's just people out there that are so patronizing, and they just never think that they do anything wrong. They have like this holier than thou attitude, but they're so calculated about it that it would never seem that way straight off the bat. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to know that person, or to know their history, to know that, like, hey, they're not being sincere. So, and I was being delusional at first because I did kind of believe, what she was telling me. She had told me basically, like, I don't remember what happened. I feel like I was just going in a different direction in my life, and I know that wasn't why, because she was angry at me for something. I did not do anything to warrant being ghosted, but there was some kind of misunderstanding. Something she thought that I had done that didn't happen, and she still is unwilling to tell me what that is, so she is saying she doesn't remember. I don't even, guys, my stomach hurts so bad, I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't even know that it is what it is with that. But my stomach hurts so bad, so I'm gonna go now. This was so random, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all